dangers associated with ammonia. If we talk about the positive things, with an ammonia-free colour, as I mentioned earlier, we can lay colour next to each other. Example, 10 volume deposit colour next to a 25 volume high lip. And we actually don't say worry about separating colours, we actually encourage you to fuse them together. What this gives is more of a seamless effect with the colour, so you don't really see where one colour stops and the next one starts. It's more of a blend with the colour itself. Also, ammonia-free colour has no progressiveness. Basically, you can leave the colour on, it will not go any darker. And the reason for this is because we're not using ammonia, we can maintain a constant pH. Ammonia is what? Ammonia is a gas. Very uncontrollable. You cannot control the gas. The pH will go up and it will go down. That's why with ammonia colour, once it's time to rinse it off, you better rinse it off, or else what happens? It goes darker and darker and darker. Our colour just becomes a colour conditioner once it's reached the level and tone that it's designed to go. Also, one of the probably the best key selling points about our colour line, we're the first, to my knowledge, and only company that can lift tint with tint. Ammonia-free system enables us to do that. We can lift up to 3 shades with our own tint, and with other people's tints we can lift up to 1.5 shades in most cases. So it really does give us so many more versatilities than you have with a conventional colour.
And what we are doing, we are quite often overlapping different colours and likeness together. But if you look at the end results, there is no demarcation line. If you're working with ammonia tint, boom, immediately you will get a lot of colour built into the hair. Then you have to start to strip the colour off. The more you are using the bleaches, the more you are damaging the hair. If you have a product with ammonia-free system, it is always respecting the integrity of the hair. And remember, colour services, I believe right now, are the #1 services in the salons worldwide. At this point I'm going to start to blow dry my hair, and I have several options with styling products what I can use. First of all, I'm going to add a little bit of silk into the hair, just to have a better and stronger foundation with the silk, infusing silk inside of the hair. Then I'm going to go with our badass line, probably with the smooth talker.
Now we're letting the top section down, and this is a game where you have a lot of decisions to make. If you want to leave this very, very disconnected and maintain the length, we can do that. If you want to almost blend it in for a more softer commercial value, you can also do that. I'm going to go somewhere in between, so it's not too aggressive, but it will have a much stronger feel. Again, I'm not using water to wet the hair down with. I'm using another one of the smoothing system products, which is the Final Steel, called Smoothing Solution.
I want you to smell the smooth talker. It's very, very nice straightening fluids. You can use for, is it a gel you can use for blow drying, for styling, for roller setting. It's actually polishing the cuticle layer, creating a lot of shine, and it will give you a lot of control with the hair, and your brush will glide through the hair. Is it sticky? Not at all. That's why we call it a smooth talker.
Now we've let down the top, this is where we make the decision of how much we want a disconnection. Again, if you wanted to, you could take a more softer approach like Miko's got and really deep point cut into the top area. So we're combining more of a precision haircut on the underneath with a fusion of a more seamless effect on the top. Here I'm going to maintain a straight edge. I'm just going to share with you how we decide for exactly the length we want to have with our overhang.
I think product placement is very, very important. If you think about our industry, for the past 10,000 years we've been using a pair of shears and a comb. Nothing has changed in that area. But what really has changed in our industry is the product. And I'd rather let the product control the hair than the hair controlling me as a hairdresser. That's the reason why we have such a huge variety of excellent products, so you can choose the right product for specific hair types. And it's not going to weigh the hair down.
Sorry. Again, how we determine the length is very simply just measure it. Where you would like it to come, just comb it straight up and we're going to cut it. What this is going to do by combing it straight up on the head shape, it's going to give us a very, very round layer, which when you'll see, it's still not connecting, it's hanging over. But surprisingly, even though it's two different lengths with a very straight edge, when you combine the two, it still blends very very softly. But this is how we really flatten the shape. She had very, very wide hair. She got that type of hair that's so full, no matter what you do, you really struggle with conventional layers to flatten it down. So the option is to have the hair one length, which keeps it flatter, but then she can't really do a lot with it. This is the best of both worlds. It's going to flatten the shape, still going to add versatility, because if we want to kick it up, we can work the product in and we can create very, very strong feeling with the haircut. It's really up to you.
I think one of our goals is always to create a very low maintenance haircut. One thing what I learned from Jason is an excellent philosophy. If it takes 20 minutes as a hairdresser to blow dry and style the hair, how long you think the client's going to spend at the hole? Probably 40 minutes. So we want to create a very low maintenance comfort zone with the haircut. And if I have a client coming on the first time and I'm doing her hair, I normally just use a bend brush or Denman brush, and I share with my clients, this is all what you have to do, or just use your fingers to show her that, hey, the haircut and the product performs. So it's going to be very, very easy for the clients. And that will always ensure, guess what, that they're coming back to your salon.
Again, now I've finished 1/4 of the back of the layers. We've got a very big disconnection, it's very obvious. And you can see where I placed the diagonal slice. It looks very strong. When the top goes over it, it will cover it up. Depending on how much you want to see this, you can go into it and really slice into it, and it will start to filter through, and you'll start to see blonde just filtering through the edges on the underneath. So it's a very, very versatile technique. Obviously the colour placement is quite strong. The reason for that is so it relays always to the audience. This technique can be used very, very soft commercial value as well. It saves a lot of time in the salon. It's very, very effective, and that's the way we're doing this year, working a lot more with block panels and triangular sections for our pre-lightening, rather than working thousands and thousands of oils into the hair. It's a very, very unique feeling.
Highlights, lowlights, highlights, lowlights, retouch. It's going to become very boring very, very soon. So by playing with the new idea, killing them.
Again, we work around the hair the same way all through, and it's really just conventional layering we're doing on the top. Everything doesn't always have to blend in, but this is still a very technical haircut where we're following more of a precision haircut.
What I'm using is our new G-Air Ionic Ceramic Infrared Blow Dryer. And the unique thing about this, it is extremely lightweighted. And the second thing, the coil inside of the blow dryer is pure ceramic material. And ionic means that it's actually shooting a lot of negative ions into the hair, which makes the drying time approximately 30 to 50% faster. And negative ions are breaking the water molecular in microfine particles instead of boiling the hair by using a lot of heat.
Again, when I release the top section, I'm standing back from the work, combing it through, and having a look how the hair wants to go. It's very important that we listen to the hair. This is something that me and Miko use a lot. And what I mean by listen to the hair is don't try and force the hair against the way it wants to go. Always go with it. That makes life easier for you when you come to blow dry, and also for the client. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Again, through the top, very simple technique. Looks like I put a lot of highlights in, but we just worked 5 highlights through the top. We're putting them always on a diagonal. So much better than putting them vertical in the hair. They look so hard and aggressive. The good thing about this, whichever way we move the hair, we get different exposures, but it always looks soft and more natural. And we can see stripes if we want to, thicker pieces, or we can cover it. So it acts always like a chameleon colour. And the haircut will work hand in hand when we finish. We can change the haircut and change the colour, and that's always the objective of the first element collection.
And by just using a simple block shape, I can hide almost completely the bright color. And changing the parting to the other side, I will have a different amount of exposure with my effect color. I'd rather always put just 1, 2, 3, 4 block sections into the hair, because it's much more faster and you get, I would say, even better results than doing a big full marathon into the hair.
again, I've taken a vertical section down the front, and this will act as a sort of insurance for me, so I'll be absolutely spot on with my layering. I will have one guideline running vertically and also one horizontally, which I can incorporate from the back. So I will start from behind the hip point, which was where my first one was. And again, you have options here. If you want to leave more length towards the front, you can angle that up, or you can simply pull back. It's up to you. It's inspiration, not a dictation.
As an option, I'm sure you have seen tons and tons of ceramic irons during this weekend in LA. This is the original one. We've sold these close to 500,000 pieces in the United States. She is ceramic hairstyling iron. And the unique thing about these, the plates are pure ceramic with identical heat resistance. There's a lot of irons here where it's just coated with ceramic material. And second thing, the on-off switch is inside of the iron, so you don't turn it on accidentally. It is squeeze sensitive. Harder you squeeze, more you'll get heat. 10-foot swivel cord, and it heats up approximately in 6 to 8 seconds. And good thing about this, watch how it works. Ceramic heat is moist heat. It is actually sealing the cuticle, providing more moisture into the hair. All what I have to do is one section, and I'm using my rat tail comb, and immediately I have a flat and a straight hair. If you have a curly hair, not a problem. Doesn't matter how curly the hair is. All what you have to do is use G once, boom, and the hair will be straight. Does anyone have a curly hair in the audience?
Right here.
Come over here.
Stairs right here.
And normally you would think like, hey, G-iron is just a straightening iron. But I can use, hello, what is your name? Mickey, nice to meet you. Naturally curly. Hold this for me, please. I can use this also as a barrel or as a curling iron. You got a lot of products in your hair. Good.
That's going to be the major difference with us.
Watch what I'm doing. Taking a small section, combing the hair first, then just a movement with my wrist. So by just using a wrist, it will work actually as a curling or barrel iron. You don't need different kind of tools. Doesn't matter if you have products in the hair. You can see the shine and the condition immediately in the hair.
Tokyo, they'll perm their hair, they'll straighten it, and then they'll perm it again, and they'll straighten it again. It's no problem. It depends on the fidelity.
You loosen it up, boom, and you can see it actually seals and closes the cuticle down. Let's give a big round of applause for Mickey. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, once again, you can go over the top of perm hair, you can go over the top of hair that's
And a unique thing about this, today you have a perfect opportunity. With $90 you will get the G ceramic hairstyling iron. Plus you will also get a free smoothing kit. And that's normally about $30. And how much is this for retailing? You can retail this for up to $45, up to $55. So it's a perfect opportunity to get the most unique tool in the industry. And also you will get a smoothing system absolutely free. Let's go back to the haircuts. Just going to straighten a couple of sections here with the G-iron. Jason, that looks cool.
I'm finishing with my top layers now, and I don't know if you noticed, but when I went to this front side, I pulled back. The reason for that is I wanted to leave more of an asymmetric feeling. And as I said at the beginning, I am going to continue the undercutting that I have through the sides on the front area, just a very fine small piece. This will just add a nice point of interest to the haircut. But I'm going to do that when the hair's dry. This hair's lying very, very nice, and I'm very happy with it. We've got some longer strands with this technique. Again, don't worry about that at this point. Wait till the hair's dry, but you can start to see now when we play with the hair, different directions, we're getting beautiful soft results with the colour, even though we're using block paneling technique.
And even if I use a lot of product to prep the hair, it's not going to weight the hair down. It's actually protecting the hair, and the ceramic heat is always pushing the silk deep inside of the hair. And the unique thing about Rook Systems and our products, they all have natural silk foundation. Silk, it is strongest fiber, stronger than steel. It holds color molecular better than any other material. So a couple of more sections and then I will start to do the final detailing on the dry hair. Just to make sure that I have a perfect balance and a nice flow with the haircuts.
Again, I've already got the smoothing system in the hair, which is 4 silk products to smooth hair. Now I've put some silk therapy in there. The reason for that is I'm now using, as Miko's sharing with you there, the power of the ceramic heat and our Chi iron. We also have our Chi air, which is working with the same technology, working with pure ceramic coil and also negative ionic charge. What does the negative ions do? Well, it dries the hair 30 to 50% quicker than conventional hair drying. The reason it does that is instead of boiling the water into the hair, it will soften and break the water molecules 30 to 50% quicker, giving me faster drying time, and also because of the ceramic heat, moisturising, conditioning heat. So with Farouk Systems again being the most innovative company, even with our tools, we're not considering that we're damaging the hair with the heat, we're actually conditioning it. So this hair will look shinier and healthier after it's been dried with the Chi air than any dryer in the world.
That's a unity because normally we always relate heat equals to damage. But heat doesn't always equal the damage. It depends what type of heat you are using and what you have protecting the hair against the heat. Ceramic heat is always moist heat. Okay, now I'm going to start to tweak a little bit of the haircut on a dry hair.
Other straightening systems that are
The beautiful thing with the dryer, as you can see, I've already got 6 products on the hair. Look how shiny the hair is all the time. It's very easy to work with. And the smoothing system's really doing its job. It's smoothing that hair down beautifully for me without any work on my part. As we said at the beginning, I'm a lazy hairdresser. I want the haircuts and the products to do the work for me. The beauty for that as well, it's going to be so much more easy for the client to manage. So they're going to love you for it.
With an undercut, I'm not going to start to do a lot of point cutting and combine these lengths together. All what I'm doing is closing my scissors once, twice, maybe 3 times in a very strong diagonal angle. So I want to keep the disconnection here, but I want to take the bulkiness of a longer and a shorter layer and blend those 2 lengths together. Once and twice. And you can start to see it's starting to blend. It's become almost invisible. You don't see any demarcation or any bulk lines in your undercutting in your top layer.
basically the reason why I'm
As you can see, the Chi air is getting through this hair very, very quickly. Even though we're dealing with a lot of very thick hair, it's drying the hair, and it's drying it very, very smooth. We still have some long pieces, but as I said, I'm not worried about those at the moment. We do the detailing work, as Miko's doing, when it's dry.
So,
and a very simple reason for that, on the dry hair, I can actually see how the hair is sitting down. I'm following the natural fall protection all the time. I'm not trying to force the hair into any specific direction.
have them take the hair and put it in their hands.
And now you can start to see as the hair's drying, the colour starting to release. And anybody would think that we'd really put a lot of colour placement into the hair rather than 5 to 6 diagonal columns into the hair. That's what we're using this season of our new collection, First Element.
And here you can see my undercut underneath. All what I'm doing is once, twice, 3, maybe 3.5 times. Quite strong diagonal notches into the hair. And eventually it looks almost like a graduated bob, which makes it very commercial. And when you start to play with the product, you can create a really strong texture into the hair. More versatility, and if you're really smart when you're doing disconnected haircuts or with different layers into the hair, you demonstrate with your clients with several products. With the products you can create this look, with another product you can create a smooth look. So it's going to always increase your retail services quite tremendously.
Before I come to do the final haircut, I'm going to start to GI in the hair as Miko's doing. Now I'm going to add more silk. I'm going to add from the BioSilk Silk Therapy line some of our Shine On, which is exactly what it says. It will just add shine to the hair, brilliant shine. But again, when we're using the power of the ceramic heat with the pure natural silk, we can really infuse and condition the hair even more so. And it's just like a polishing technique. The hair straight doesn't need it for condition, it doesn't need it for styling purposes. It's just going to seal that hair down even more brilliant.
Is Shine On going to add any weight into the hair?
Absolutely not. As we shared with you earlier on, silk is very, very good to put in the hair. The reason why we're using silk in every single product that Farouk System makes, besides our colours and perms, is silk is the same material as what hair's made out of. Hair's made out of protein, amino acids. Silk is made out of the same kind of material. 17 of the 19 amino acids which make hair up are what makes silk up. So basically, when silk goes into the hair, it doesn't coat, it becomes part of the hair. And especially when we're using the ceramic tools, we can really push that silk, not just into the outer cortex, really deep into the hair.
I'm working now on the nape area, and sometimes you have, even if you do precision haircutting, the hair feels still a little bit bulky. And you can see, for example, here it's a bit too heavy. So all what I'm doing, I'm listening to the hair, and I'm sort of isolating a small triangle, picking the section between my fingers. Then I'm just using a point cutting here, releasing the weight and cutting it a little bit shorter. And if you look at the results, you can see it sits in now immediately. I think small things like that, details, will help you to create a good haircut, to take your skills to the next level and create a low maintenance haircut. If it's a good haircut, all what the client has to do is take a blow dryer, whoosh, 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 and it's done with the right product. And if you really want to learn more about our ideas with Farouk Systems, we have a videotape, a video collection available where you have 3 haircuts: sassy, impeccable, and invisible chic, and also 2 coloring techniques. And these tapes are running on the TV monitor over there, and it's only $25 today. We don't want to pack anything, we want to get rid of those videos. And it will also give you tons of product information about our unique product line and how to utilize our colors, lighteners, and styling products.
And all the colour techniques and the cutting techniques that you see today are all evolution from our theme that we're using this year in our first element collection, just to show you how versatile the colouring techniques and cutting techniques can be. Start to see now, finishing off, how flat the shape has become compared to the hair that we began with.
Okay, just checking the movement of the hair. And the basic rule is, if it feels too heavy, if the hair doesn't move, make it thinner. If it's too thin, find the right product to make the hair thicker. Hey, can you run your fingers through your hair and tell me how does it feel? Smoother, lighter, yeah? She's smiling, which means you can increase your prices immediately. Every time when you see a happy smile on your client's face, it means you've done a good job and you can increase your prices. When I worked in the salon, I took not very many clients, sometimes 3, sometimes 5 clients per day, and I really spent the time detailing, making the clients look as beautiful as possible, rather than trying to take 10, 15 appointments per day, because then you start to rush and hurry. Personally, I don't believe in that kind of philosophy.
Again, I'm just doing the final detailing now. This is so important to do on a dry hair. And myself and Miko have both done a haircut from our video collection called Invisible, but variations. And this is great, this is why we wanted to share this with you. We both have the same ideas, but different approach to the same kind of haircut. And we can always share these ideas through the video. What I'm going to do with mine, which is similar to what we have in the video, is create a small undercut section just around the fringe area on the underneath, so she's going to maintain a lot of length to come over that, but it will just frame the face because she has really beautiful eyes, and what I want to do is give her the option to open the face up as well. Now, again, you have options. You can cut asymmetric, you can point cut, or you can go for more of a blunt effect. I want to go for more of a blunt effect, but instead of just coming across the hair and chopping into it, I'm going to go very softly and sculpt an arc out over the eye to really open the face up. And this approach where we're just doing a delicate point cutting will still give a very, very strong, clean line, but it's a little bit more delicate than just approaching the hair with a horizontal cut. When you're approaching the hair horizontally, a lot of the times you'll wonder why you still get graduation in the hair. If you think about it, the blade is pushing the hair down, so you're still putting attention on the hair. It's much better to approach the hair on the same angle as it projects. Always listen to the hair. That way, ultimately, the results are going to be much better.
Just doing the final tweaking. Just want to make sure that it has a nice balance and even amount of density throughout the whole haircut before we actually start to play and style, do the final styling and finishing for the hair. Still a bit too heavy on this side. I want to flatten the shape a little bit more. And I personally spend more time deep.
Important to stand back from the work when we do this as well. Just spend time detailing, as Miko shared, to make sure we're getting the perfect results.
This is sort of my cross-checking with the haircut, making sure that all the different lengths with the undercutting are blending with each other. Now I'm going to start to have a little bit fun with our badass stuff. Are we run out of stuff? Do we have more stuff? Yeah, Tammy's finding me a stuff. Okay, stuff is quite unique product, pliable styling paste, and I can actually describe what the product is. You just have to feel it and try it. Can I put something on your hair?
Yep.
Small amount. Warm it up between your hands. And the first thing what you see is sort of pearl shine. And it provides a lot of moisture also into the hair and a lot of shine. Very lightweighted. Now it's looking spiky.
Thank you. Okay. Virtually finished the haircut. I'm going to come to the styling products that we're going to use in a minute. But as you can see, undercut can be quite soft as well. We've got two different lengths completely. The objective of the undercut here is she's got very, very thick hair. I wanted to flatten the shape, and that's, I think, what we've done there. We've achieved it and created a very, very soft commercial shape. But the good thing about this is if we want to go a little bit crazy with it, we can work some product into the underneath, and we can really show that we have two different lengths all the way around. And again, just to carry that theme on through the front, we went in there and we just put a small undercut on the fringe area, again just to show you how we can play around with the concept, but it's really up to you. Designed to be inspiration, not a dictation. If you want to do the same thing but a little bit softer, that's fine. It's just to give you some ideas.
You can go very, very wild and very bold. All what I'm doing is using the most important styling tools, your products and your hands. And it gives you a fair amount of support, and you can create a very strong, very broken, very shattered feeling. But the best thing, stand up on this video. The best thing about stuff, it doesn't weight the hair down. If you want to shock your mother, it's not a problem. But then all what I have to do is comb the hair again, and I have the hair in perfect control all the time. Use your fingers and let the product do your work.
Beautiful. My choice here is I'm using Sunglit's hair toys to do the styling with. Remember, we've already put the 4 smoothing products into the hair to really smooth and compact the hair down to give me this beautiful canvas to work from. Then we use the ceramic tools to really infuse that silk deep into the hair. Now I'm using casting putty, which is from our hair toys line, which is sort of like a clay base. And what this will do is it will enable me, when I work it through the hair, to create pretty much whatever I want to, and again be able to slick it down, but it doesn't give such a high gloss finish. It's more of a matte finish, so slightly different than what we have with the stuff. And again, we can play around, we can make the hair full it, or we can smooth it down. Because we're working with a silk base, no oil, so the hair's never going to weigh down. I'm going to keep it more sleek, just to show you how versatile this haircut can be from our new collection. And you can see the colour placement now is working hand in hand with the haircut. And just by simply placing strategic diagonal columns into the hair, 6 columns, we look like we've highlighted the full head. Very versatile.
And the unique thing also when you're working with an undercut is you have so much versatility, so much options to play with the hair. You can make it look actually like the other half is actually cut in the short. You can do the same thing on both sides, comb everything behind the ear. Remember when we started to do the haircut, the shortest point was in the middle of the ear. So by creating a shorter length here, it's always going to create a space over here where the hair will sit down. You're looking so cute. Your mouth is full of hair.
I'm very pleased with this. You can see at the end results, very, very soft commercial. We've really flattened the shape, left it slightly asymmetric on the feeling, so you can do that. It's really up to you. It doesn't have to be, but I just thought it'd be very flattering for her. She said that she'd had her hair cut shorter before and she didn't like it because she's got very high cheekbones, and she said she was worried about her face looking too rounded. I think you'll agree that this style really hugs the face, makes it look a lot softer. She's maintained this length here, but because of the undercut, we've really managed to flatten the shape. By doing that, we've narrowed the width of the face, so you look absolutely great. And with the option to just expose this small undercut area, I just wanted to show you the concept of how we create this look. Do you like it? Thank you very much. Give us a round of applause. She's never modelled before. Just stay there for me a second.
Come over here with your friend. Don't they look cute and adorable? Wow. Strike a pose. Two.
They're very shy. Just to recap for those of you that joined us late, how we created this look. These 2 looks are from our collection for 2003, which is called First Element. First Element is available on video format, and for all our presentation models, colours and haircuts are all combinations of the techniques which are available on this video. And because it's the last day, we have a few of these videos left. It contains free haircutting techniques and free colouring techniques from myself and Miko. And this video is 2 hours long, very technical, very educational, shows you how to use our products, and also we really break it down. And if you like these techniques that you've seen and you want to really learn how to do them in the salon, then this video is an excellent opportunity for you today, at only $25 now. And if you want to see this video to see the quality of it, we actually have it playing around the corner. So that's the first thing I wanted to share with you.
And also we have still quite a few badass bags with you. In recapping, we use quite a bit of smoothing solution and badass from our badass line. And product placement as a cutting agent is so important to have a good foundation, because actually the product will be infused inside of the hair. I want to thank you on behalf of Fruit Systems. You've been a wonderful audience. We still have one more show today. And I think we might still need a few models if you are interested to have a haircut and possibly a color. Please stay here. We're going to stay there for a few minutes. My name is Miko on behalf of Fruit Systems. I want to thank you.
My name's Jason Yates from Fruit Systems. Thank you very much.
And all the opportunities, all the products what we use to